Hey folks, Glenn May here with BassResource.com, and I'm here with Hank Parker. We just got off the water fishing for a little while, and it's getting kind of warm out, so I thought we'd take a little break and answer some of your questions. So here we are with one of Hank's weekly tips. This one, Hank, this week one comes from Jeff from Othello, Washington, and he wants to know, what are your tips for fishing during the wintertime?
Well, wintertime can be the best time in the world to catch quality and not quantity. When I fish in the wintertime, I go out there with the mindset of catching a couple of big fish and not catching 40 or 50 fish. So I slow down, and then I get slower and then even slower. Deliberate, very deliberate presentation. Multiple casts on the same piece of structure can pay big dividends. So when I fish in the wintertime, I'm understanding those fish are somewhat lethargic. They're not going to chase a bait very far. So I have to present that bait where it's really, really easy for them, and I try to slow it down. And the slower you fish it, for me, the more productive that can be. So watch that water temperature gauge in the wintertime. Your equipment, your electronic equipment is always important, but the single most important piece of equipment you can have on your boat for wintertime fishing is a temperature gauge, because 1 or 2 or 3 degrees can make all the difference in the world. So watch that temperature gauge, find that warmy water, find those sunny points, and slow down.
Well, about how deep or so are you fishing during that time?
Well, you know, Glenn, it varies so much on water clarity. Water clarity plays such a giant role in how deep you're going to find fish. But for the most part, in the winter months, for me as a fisherman, I've always anticipated those fish being deeper than what I've actually caught them. So most of the time when I catch fish in the wintertime, they're in the top 20 foot of water. If it's clear, if it's off colored, like the water I grew up fishing, Lake Wiley in North South Carolina border, that water you can see about a foot deep when it's in a clear condition, and those fish are always in the top 10 foot of water.
During the winter?
In the winter.
Is that about 50 degrees or so? Or how,
Yeah, 50 or above. I really like 52, 53, 55, 56, 57, and you can find that sometimes on those sunny days.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Jeff, I hope that answers your questions. For more tips and tricks, you can go to Hank Parker Outdoors and see all the articles and tips that Hank has posted on there. Or, if you want, subscribe to our channel and you'll get notified the next time we post more of Hank's tips. Until then, have a great day.
Good deal.